Hey guys, it's Sonia. Good morning. It is what? It's Tuesday morning. I am feeling good. Yesterday, no lie, I woke up and I stayed in my pajamas all day long. I literally worked on my art and just gave the day to me, and it was absolutely wonderful. If you've heard me talking, I've told you guys, good morning, Cindy. I guess it's almost at, well, actually it's 12:10. Holy smokes. And so, yeah, it's a little bit after lunch. We're warming up a quiche in the shop oven, so we're going to have some lunch here in just a little bit. So I'm going to talk to you guys while it's cooling down, and then me and Matt are going to feast. But yesterday was a good day. Yesterday, we changed our shop hours. Can you believe it? I can't believe it. I don't know. Anybody else just feel like, I swear, since 2020, life has been a whirlwind. Like, there's just, you look back and it's like a fever dream, right? Like it's just, I don't know. It's all over the place. Mary Bell, good morning. Lisa, how are ya? So, yeah, it's just since 2020, I just feel like there's just been stuff just left, right, all over the place, right? It's just the last few years. It's like it has been a long time, but it hasn't been a long time. I don't know. But anyway, when I look back, for the last 2.5 years, our shop has been open, our physical brick and mortar. That's when we came out of the other side of 2020 and we went from online and we opened a physical brick and mortar store here on Lake Erie. We are in Erie, Pennsylvania. I love this area. But we have been open for the first 6 months. It was just me and Matt, and we were open 6 days a week, and we took 1 day off. And then as we grew and expanded for the last 2 years, we have been open 7 days a week. Now tell me if you've ever had a job that lasted 7 days a week, basically 365 days a year. For 2.5 years. So if that kind of like tells you how I'm feeling today, I was giddy yesterday because I woke up and I'm like, I don't have to worry about the shop today. Because, even if you have a team of people and you're the business owner, you never really stop. You never stop, let's be honest, because you're always attending to questions. You're always doing something. If the store is open, then your attention and your energy is directed in that way, right? So, yeah, I've learned a lot about online business, going very, very deep into online. I've learned a lot about the brick and mortar business, going all the way. You can't be open more than 7 days a week. So I'm sure you'll hear me talk about that. If you have any questions or stuff, just want to run it by me, by all means, leave a question on any of the lives. I'd be happy to help somebody else who's growing their business and might be at a point where they just kind of have a question. But I will tell you, it got to the point where I was like, okay, because a lot of things can change over the course of 2.5 years, like where you start to where you are now, man, that's a lot. Even like you think about a year down the road, like so much can happen in a year. We don't even know what's going to happen until the end of like 2024. Who knows what could happen? But anyhow, it's been a crazy few years, and I look back 2.5 years going 7 days a week, man. So we were going to start it at the beginning of 2025, but we decided to go ahead and start it now. No time like the present, right? And I'm so glad that we did. We felt really good yesterday. And I feel there's more areas as well that I can just kind of step back, change, reevaluate, because if it's one thing that both me and Matt are not afraid of is change. And especially if you're in business, because business changes so much. And so you have to be so open to change and flexibility and evolution and being just aware of what's going on and of trends and everything else to try to forecast, to be able to keep your doors open. Because in business, there is no reservations. And like we always say, we just hope that people come back to see us again another day. So, anyway, the message is this morning that if you've been thinking about whether it's changing your hours, changing a service, pulling back here, stepping on the gas over here, if you have those feelings, follow up on them, because that's your internal intelligence system, right? Telling you just like, okay, this would be the next good move. I think sometimes we put things off and then the feelings we have inside become numb because we don't know anymore, because we overthink it. So when you have those feelings, I think you should give them, honor them, give them, take a moment to look at them and go, you know what, I feel like we should do this or that or whatever. And chances are it's going to be the best move. You know, it's those little pings. Anybody else just follow their gut. Not afraid to follow their gut. Tell me if you are somebody like that. Just, you know, do what you feel is right. I feel like I've always been a good reader of people, situations, stuff in general in life. Yeah. Anybody else just a very, very highly intuitive person that you can read a room, you can read agendas, you can read what's going on, you can read, you know. And if you've been following my other videos, I enjoy reading. I love human brains. I do. I just find it so fascinating. So anyhow, that's my story for today, is that yesterday we pulled back after going 7 days a week. Who works 7 days a week? Holy smokes. I'm telling you. But you got to do what you got to do, especially if you're setting up a new business, that you do have to, you know, I always said you could have, I don't know, you could have products made of gold, the best in the world, but if you're not there so people can find you, they're not going to find you, and you're not going to go anywhere, right? So you got to do what you got to do to shake the trees, but especially to grow a business from scratch, you do have to really put yourself out there. And so anyhow, I feel like we're at a point now where we can change some stuff around. But yeah, man, anybody else just feel like it's been a whirlwind like the last few years? What is life? Oh my gosh. So exciting news today. In a little bit after I eat my quiche, I am going to go and pick up some of my art prints. I'm excited. You've seen me in the last week, and I've been painting and just doing some prints, some art prints. And I've been sharing that if you are somebody who creates art, art can be painting furniture, but art can also be just painting something like on a canvas or whatever it is. But know that we live in a world right now where if you make the art, you don't have to just make it once and then sell it once and it's done. And you know how much time went into that. Take your art and then do something with it. So I've been working on prints. They've been going really well in my store. I started working on greeting cards. So I've learned a lot about that as well. If you have any questions about that, let me know. Let me know. Somebody asked me this week about what system I'm using right now for processing. And I said, that's a great question. I'm going to do a video on that, maybe even tomorrow. So yeah, follow me on Facebook or follow me on YouTube on my Sonia Miller, Sonia with an I, Miller channel. That's where you hear me talk about just shop adventures, shop life, kind of documenting what I'm up to. So today I'm excited to be able to do that, get my prints. I'll show you what they look like so you can see what I mean when I say you do the art. You've seen me do the art, and now here is what my product is looking like. And this is the first product, the print. I'm going to pull up my file here that I sent the printers. But I'm going to do a whole talk maybe tomorrow on because I've done a lot. Shopify, Square, Etsy, whatnot. Those are the platforms that I've worked with. And man, I've learned a lot because I've done a lot of processing through Square and Shopify, and they're very different. And so, yeah, I have definitely learned a lot. But maybe tomorrow I'll take you through kind of what I learned, about that, what I thought, what I learned. And yeah, you get what you pay for, all the things. So the first one I'll share with you, I'm so excited because I get to pick these up after lunch. And I get to hold the physical ones, and then I get to frame them and do fun stuff with them. Let me see here if I can take this off of my iPad. All right. This was, okay, who remembers the Christmas tree that we painted with the star and the snow and the poinsettias? Because I was on a poinsettia roll, right? I started off with the ornaments, and then we did a live, and I just showed you how I paint my basic poinsettia. Everybody does it differently, but I'm going to tell you that just do what you love, because that's what makes your art different, and that's what will set you apart. Don't do stuff because, well, traditionally you're supposed, no, whatever. It's whatever you envision, whatever you see, right? Hey, Rhonda, Shirley, Deborah, Kim. So this is my print. It's finalized. So here we go. What do you think? That was based on the tree that we painted, and I finished it up. And by the way, what do you think of my words? Okay, I could be a little corny, and I'm okay with that because I do love a good joke. I was always the kid that if I went to the Scholastic Book Fair, I'm gonna pick up like the book of jokes, knock knock jokes, stuff like that. You know, love that stuff. But I love cute. Okay, so the snuggle is real. What do you think? Give me some hearts if you love it, if you appreciate it, if you get where I'm going with that. And then of course I put in some flowers and things like that. So that was the snuggle is real. That's based on the poinsettia original art. And then we painted the block. Do you remember the poinsettia block that we did? So I took a picture, worked that one into a print. There we go. There's my next print. Snowflakes are winter butterflies. I showed that to Matt and he's like, I never thought of it like that. But yes, snowflakes are winter butterflies. And so I included, you know, my favorite art, flowers. I put some butterflies, a bird, but you know, we had to have the polka dots and we had to have the stripes. But that's based on what we painted. So I think it's so cool that you do your own art. Now that block, the original art, has sold, and my poinsettia tree, but this is the art that I'll continue to sell from it. And so I can do fun stuff with it, right? So those were those two prints. And who remembers the Santa that I did? I still have the Santa here with me, right here. Painted the Santa, right, on canvas, just like that. And then this is the print. Tell me if you love Santa. So I jazzed them up. Be merry are the words I put on this one. And yeah, I decorated my ornaments a little bit more, added my flowers that I love, the stars, the polka dots, the stripes. And so now this is my print. So this week I have made 3 pieces of art that I have converted into art prints. And then these, now once I have this, I can go ahead and put this on pretty much anything, right? If I wanted to make an apron or a card, which I'm going to also do cards. But first, I'm going to get to see the prints of what they look like. So they're going to be 8 by 10. And by the way, if you've been following me, I've been sharing daily that come Friday, I'm going to reopen my art shop online again. I'm excited. It's been a while. I took a pause from having an art shop, but I'm excited. So on the daily, if you're somebody that's creative and you know, you run a business and you just kind of want to connect with somebody, get ideas, you know, tell me if that's you and what you're up to today. So I am excited for those 3. And yeah, so now I'm going to go find some really cool thrifted frames. Oh gosh darn it, I'm going to have to go thrift. And I'm going to go find some frames. And then what I can do is paint, distress the frames in some really pretty colors that I love. Maybe a color that I used in the actual art piece. And then that way, I usually pop out the glass and then I put my artwork into it. And it becomes a sweet little, like fully, you know, the print is gorgeous and it's in a frame. Way to go. Or if I do the print, it can go in glass frame. It can go in a glass frame. But if I sell the original art, I just put the panel into the actual frame. So who remembers? I thrifted these most recently. And I love the frames. Like, I love those frames. They are a ceramic, I guess they're like a ceramic resin. And they also have the little sawtooth hanger on the back. They have grapes inside of them, right? Good googly wiggly bear. I'm just not a grape person. Life is grape. Remember when we used to have that pink color we made? So what I'm going to do is just jazz these up in my way. And by that, what I mean is I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of these. And I am going to just, actually I'll do it now. I'm going to start fresh, start blank, because you can do it. This is a fun thing to do, to thrift and to find pieces that then you can put your own art on. So are you ready for the transformation? It's going to be so satisfying. So I'm going to give myself a little blank canvas to work on. I'm going to tell you, I love decor that is that black and gold. Oh my gosh, it's just so ornate and so special. So what's everybody out there today working on? What are you getting into? It's Tuesday. Do you have a full week of work this week? I'm excited because I will also be taking, we do close on the big holiday. So I'm going to take off Thanksgiving. And I hear we're supposed to potentially have a snowstorm. So that might be another day that I end up all day in my pajamas, and I'm okay with that. We'll see what happens. I just don't want to be on the road. The other thing that I've now told myself in life is that, you know, it's not worth it. Do we have to be on the road after dark? Do we have to be on the road if it's snowing? Nope. We can stay home, and I would love that and prefer that. So all I did was put a little bit of black on the interior in here, and now I'm going to paint this over and put something like my flowers or something that I love inside of it. And honestly, the goal is to get these done, and then I'll sell them as original art. I won't take pictures of these. I'll probably just let these go as is. But these will be little miniature paintings that I'll then sell come Friday as part of my website launch. So that's my goal today, to pick up my prints and to work on all of these guys and get them done. The other thing, if I want, shall we experiment? The other thing, if I want, is these little frames. Some of them have some like little, can you see right there, that white part? Little nicks and stuff like that out of them. Well, I have a bunch of waxes. And so ideally gold could work. I could do a test, see which I like best. But if you do have any waxes, doesn't matter the brand, you can also use paint. I might even just use my gold paint. I'll see what I like better with the waxes I have. I'm just looking to do something that I can fill in some of the little places where maybe I got chipped, because I bought 2 bags of these for like, I think it was $4.99 a bag, and there was a bunch in each one. I think it was 4 in each bag. That's not bad. $4.99 for 4, and they're cute little frames. I mean, you're paying $1 and change for each of your pieces of material, but it's going to be well worth it because they're so cute, you know? They're so cute. All right, so we can go ahead and we can put a little bit of this on here if we want to. Let's see, which do we like better? Okay, so this is the copper. I was always a copper girl, so I'm gonna pull this out first. Oh, I do like that. All right, we do a little bit of finger painting. What happens is, you can do this with a brush too, but first let's go in with our fingers because that's good therapy. We're just gonna ground. We're gonna ground together, but then just take a brush and then make sure you use a brush that you're gonna keep for this, because it will, especially if it's oil based or just the waxes are a different consistency than paint, so you want to use an old brush, but then you can really work it into any of the spots you want. So we can go this way, which I really like. Last night me and Matt watched a movie. It was on Amazon Prime. Just looking at this painting reminded me of the artwork. It's called Abigail. And I've got a couple words for you to kind of sum it up. Vampire ballerina. Very old mansion with lots of paintings that look like this on the wall. It was really good. It was really good. So let's see what this looks like. What do we think? Do we like the copper? You could do a couple different tones. Do whatever you like, all right? But there's the copper. Now we've made it really, really, really just vibrant again. So this is what it was like before, you know? So now you've just brightened it up, and I do like that. I also have some gold paint. You want to do a test with me and see what that would look like? Sure. Okay, let's do that. Do I have any gold paint here nearby me is the question. Okay, I do. This is the other way. It doesn't have to be, if you don't have the waxes, you could do something fun like this. So now I'm just going to use a regular brush and look for one that's big enough. Okay, you could tell me what you like. Do you like the copper or are you more of the gold? Oh, I like that. Okay, I like that. I really like that. Tell me what you think. You see that? It's right here on this corner right here. But yeah, when you thrift, if you want to get into like painting your own art, look for little things like this, and then all you're going to do is give a makeover to it, and it's going to be awesome. Because I think when you paint over stuff that you've thrifted, you're finding very interesting materials. You can make your art piece look very interesting. I'm just not a grapefruit person. Grapefruit. Grapes. Grapefruit. I like neither. So yeah, this is what gold would look like. So let's hold that up. Where did that go? Okay. So what's your vote? I mean, I could do a couple in each, I guess. Hey, Mary, Sandy, Joyce, April. Right? Do you see what I'm saying? Do you have a preference? They're both very warm colors. Now I feel like I should paint that inside black, just so I can see it. Do I have... We can really see them together. Oh gosh, I painted over the fruit. I'm so sad. Not. So yeah, you guys getting on the go here for Thanksgiving? Are you going to be home? Are you off that day in general? What's happening? But yeah, that's supposed to be the kickoff for us into the winter season, like full on snow till, they're saying this morning, till next week. So it would start come it would start come Thursday, and it would keep going, they're saying, until Wednesday of next week. 'Tis the season. So cute. All right, stay tuned. Tomorrow I'll pop on and I'll show you these filled with some gorgeous art. But yeah, pretty happy. Found these thrifted, and honestly, I'm going to keep looking for more. So that's what I'm up to today. I'm going to go pick up those prints that I showed you and get to work here. But first, I'm going to get to work on eating my lunch with Matt, and we're going to have quiche. Life is good. All right, friends, I'll see you again tomorrow. Take care. Bye.